Hello, good people. How are you doing? It's another beautiful day, and that means it's a great day for me to introduce to you another iconic woman. Now, how tight is your girl club? Are you guys like close? Can you depend on your BFF for anything? Are they there for just the good times and not the really rough times? Today's iconic woman is a lady who can attest to what it means to have girls who can come through for you at your lowest. They paid her school fees. She had all the odds against her, but she beat all of them and went ahead to become the very first female oncologist in this country. She is the founder and CEO of... Ta-da! Darasa kona mpya na show majozi. Dr. Catherine Nyongesa Wata.
Yes, that's me.
That's the title.
Yes.
That's the title.
Yeah.
I did a bit of intro and I told people a bit about you, but I'd like to hear it from you because your background was not easy.
Yes.
And your dream as a little girl was not to be a doctor, not even an oncologist, a doctor. Take us back to that little girl called Catherine.
Okay, so I was born in a small village in Bungoma County. Teenage parents, Mama Elemina Nasimiyu Nyongesa and Baba Bonventure Nyongesa. At that time, my mother was in class 5 and my father was in Form 2. Yeah, so they took care of me from very humble beginnings. I mean, as you can see, they were not employed. And I went to primary school in Miluki. Then I moved to another school called Mungeti. Then from there, I went to secondary school at Misihuga. And it was not easy bringing us up. My mother stayed unemployed for many years until when things were very difficult for her, she decided to start selling maize. You know, she could go to interior farms, get some maize and come and hawk maize on the market.
The roasted ones?
The roasted ones. Sometimes we could boil maize at home and then come and hawk. So I could work with my mom to do that. We even brewed changa and used to sell it. And sugarcane. I also sold sugarcane with my mom. Yes.
When you talk about we brewed changa, were you part of the process at that point?
I know how to brew changa.
You know, Daktari?
We were going to, you know, there was a time the police were very, very hard on us. So we could go around alongside the riverbed. We pitched tent there and brew the changa. I also know how to make busa, which is just African beer.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm an expert.
I think you started being a doctor or a mixologist at a very, very tender age.
And sometimes when we close school, we come home. I remember one day my mom ran off because I came with my friends and she had torn clothes. So she went and hid in the banana plantation. I told her, Mom, why are you hiding? She told me, I don't want to embarrass your friends, you in front of your friends. So I said, I don't want my kids to be, my friends' kids, when they come home, to run away because I'll embarrass them. I'll work hard because my mom told me. And you'll be surprised also, because of the poverty and I was in school, some people wanted to marry me off.
Because it was easier, you get married off and then they get money and they're able to take maybe a boy to school.
Yes.
Because I think back then it was easier for the boys to go to school and the girls to be just married off.
Yeah, and so many people discouraged my dad. They told him, why are you educating a girl child? Marry her off, you get some cows to get out of this poverty. But when we sat down with my dad, I told him, Daddy, I'm not ready. So from there, when I went to high school, I remember the first day we did, we had to sell, my dad had to weave some African things to sell to be able to raise money for me to go to school. So he bought me a sanduku, the
Yes.
mabati ones,
Yes.
you know those ones, and my small mattress we folded, and he put me on his bike.
Nothing else?
And just small basic things.
Oh, sabuni, mafuta.
Yes. So, and off we went to school on his bicycle, and he was 20 shillings in his pocket. So when we reached school, in between the bicycle was breaking, so he fixes it, we keep going.
Wait, this bicycle imekubeba?
Imenibeba,
Na box, na mattress.
Na inashinda ina break. So when we reached school, I told Dad, please just go back with that 20 bob and fix your bike and leave me in school. I'll eat the school food. And I had carried the fermented, we call it, you know, like maize meal,
Yes.
the fermented one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could carry it and then I could eat that one at school because I didn't have money to buy bread. So I was in school, I didn't have actually enough fees, so at times I had to go back home and work with my mom, hawking those small things to raise fees. And during my 4th year in secondary school, my friends had to changa for me. They saw I was
Your
a bright
classmates?
kid. Yes. They just said, "Ay, Catherine, we can't let her be like this."
Oh, goodness.
That friend of mine, she went to the US, but she changad for me. They paid my fees, and I was like, "This is just God sent."
Are you still friends?
Yes, we are still friends. Though we lost touch, but we communicate once in a while on email.
But for you as a student and a young girl at that point, what did this mean to you?
I was a very prayerful girl. I was in a Christian school, boarding school, and it meant that prayer can do wonders. Yes, and also hard work.
Yes.
Yeah, hard work. When people see you excelling, they will support you by all means.
So that's how you cleared your high school?
Yes.
What did you get there?
I was also the best student in my class. I got Division 1. Division 1 was like the highest.
That was like an A plus going well. There's no A plus, but you know,
Division
it was
1,
all the way out there.
Then from there, I was called to Alliance Girls High School. But my teacher said, no, you're not going. They actually
This is
hid
going for
my
your
letter
Form 5, Form 6.
and Form 6.
Yes.
So they hid my letter. They said, we are not losing Catherine. So I stuck in that school again for another 2 years. And I still excelled. I was the best. I got 3 principals, 1 subsidiary. I mean, that was the highest you could get. And then from there, joined University of Nairobi. The first year I didn't have school fees, so it was very hard.
Was
for me.
help available to students back then?
First year I applied for help loan. I didn't get. Yeah, so I tried again the second year, and thank God I actually got. So I learned through help loan all the way. Yeah, when I finished University of Nairobi.
At this point, you're pursuing
just medicine.
Just medicine. How did you come about that choice for yourself? Was it because it wasn't your original idea?
It wasn't, but I remember the first day my dad took me to school, he told me, Catherine, I want you to work hard to become either a doctor or somebody better than me.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I reached Form 4, now those choices of subjects and Form 6, my science teacher told me, you are not going to choose anything less than a doctor because we know you can do it.
Yes.
I had chosen dental medicine and some science subjects which were not in medicine. Yeah, but they told me no, just put those options as number 2 and 3, but number 1, put medicine.
Okay.
And then the rest was history. I chose it, and I thank God I managed to pass very well. And I was called at University of Nairobi.
So at what point did you transition from just being a doctor to getting onto the journey of being an oncologist?
Okay, so after completing medicine in University of Nairobi, I went for internship in Western Province, a place called Kakamega. So worked there. Then through that, I was hoping to become a pediatrician.
Okay.
So went to Kenyatta Hospital to work there, and then applied to do pediatrics. During that period also my sister fell ill as I was at the University of Nairobi, and she was suffering from cancer. We call it choriocarcinoma. So moving around trying to get an oncologist for her was very challenging. And then one of my professors told me, Catherine, you know what? Just do oncology. Yeah, just do oncology. I think it will be good for you because he's an oncologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I joined oncology. But now the first day I arrived in that department to work, you know, you must work there for about 3 to 4 years before you get any scholarship. So my friends are like, wow, are you mad? You are going to oncology. That place, no, it's depressing. The outcomes are poor, and then there's radiation, and then you don't have even kids and you are going there.
Oh.
You know what you get yourself
Were you,
into.
you're not even married then, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
And I had only one kid.
Yes.
Yeah. So people were like scared of me, but I said no, let me try. So I consulted, then they told me no, it is doable. So I went for it. After working for 3 to 4 years, working for the government is when I got a scholarship to go now for masters. And that's how I ended up in the University of Witwatersrand, South Africa, and studied for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. And I did a study on cancer and chemotherapy. And my dissertation was passed by distinction.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are genius.
In fact, my professor told me, hey, Catherine, you know we've taught people, but you are one of the leading international students we've had. I was like, oh, thank God.
And considering other people in your profession were looking at you and wondering, where are you going?
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, my name is Samson. Last name is Wata. I'm the husband. After my brother's wife was actually diagnosed, right? And the treatment was scarce, right, and so expensive. So I remember myself traveling to Nairobi. I came here at that time. We only had one hospital that was treating, and that was Nairobi Hospital. The radiotherapy was only done in Nairobi Hospital. So I remember accompanying my sister-in-law and my brother to go for the treatment. I got up there, there were a number of people. I mean, there was a number of people. We got there at about 8 in the morning. Guess what? We were treated at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I remember when we got in, I remember asking, it was him, the therapist who was actually doing the treatment. I said, we can't do anything about it. I remember the man telling me, oh, it's too expensive. I mean, this stuff is too expensive. We can't do it. So I went back to the US, I did some research. I said, well, what can we do? What can I do? Right, what can I do? Two, what actually made me want to do it, my second brother was struck with cancer too. So I said, wait a minute, there's something I need to do. And then now we, in conjunction with talking to Dr. Nyongesa, right, telling me a little bit about what she does and how scarce the treatment was. I said, no, but if I team up with her, she's the best person to team up with. If I can team up with her, right, we can make a difference. 2013, my dad is struck with cancer. So now we have 3 people in the family. So that gave me even the zeal to actually do something about it. And then, of course, I have an oncologist who says, well, you know what, if we team up and you bring the equipment, right, we can do something about it. So, of course, now I'll go to the US and I keep on working on it, And by the way, my dad was actually treated in the US, but it was actually stage 4. It was actually on his last leg. He ended up passing away. So as a gift to my dad and to my sister-in-law and to my brother, I said I have to do something about it. I know the task was hard at that time, but I told Dr. Nyongesa, let's just begin somewhere. Let's just begin with something small, while I keep on trying to find some other ways of actually making it bigger. And that's how Texas was born.
Habari. Kuja muone ya company. Salamia wageni.
Nzuri sana.
Habari mama. Yeah. Habari yenu mama. Poleni.
Catherine is she's a very very dedicated oncologist, doctor, and she really empathizes and goes out of her way for the patients, and also the family. She treats them with a lot of care and a lot of support, and even when it comes to patients who come to Texas and maybe they're not able to afford the admission fee or deposit, she still allows them to be admitted in the ward, because these other issues can always be sorted out later on. So the first priority usually is the patient to be treated, to be managed, before even thinking about these other things like finances and payments. Yeah.
My Rolls Royce triple black, I'm Geechee. Ballin' in the club, bottles like I'm Meechee. Rose, that's my nickname.
How did you get Rick Ross?
God's grace.
Do you listen to his music?
Yes, a bit.
Just a bit. So Rick Ross,
Yeah.
this is the Rick Ross ward.
Yeah.
And does
But
it
my kids love his music, you know.
okay.
Yeah.
It's more their generation.
Yeah, yeah.
And there is.
And the Diamond Platinum's what?
Sasa hii ndio yako hii.
Hii ndio sasa Diamond alifungua.
And then it's red. It has a big plaque than the other one.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that one came a bit later.
What does this mean for this ward? Does it mean that he takes care of the patients in here, or what is the significance or importance?
It shows he came and shook hands and encouraged the patients who are in this ward at that point in time. And he brought some donations like wheelchairs for the patients.
Okay.
Yeah.
In red.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens then, because we don't, there's an Omarion award, there's an Omarion award.
Yeah. Now that is his ward. Yeah.
Red Sun and Damaco. Is this
So,
here at
yeah,
the garden?
yeah. They came at the garden.
Uh-huh.
At that time, we were celebrating 8 years.
So this was the 8th year anniversary.
Yes.
That means we are in the 10th year.
10th year at the moment, and we were lucky to be visited by Red Sun and Demaco. So this is our laboratory equipment. We have both hematology and biochemistry, where we analyze samples of patient. We take the blood to see if they are fit for treatment, whether it's chemotherapy, radiotherapy. And cancer patients even come with anemia, where the blood level is low. So we have to make sure we stabilize that in the patient before we initiate our treatment.
Okay. So these are the machines that do that.
These are the machines, the state-of-the-art equipment that we use.
Really good. Okay.
Yeah, they are automated.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Very. Poleni to invade Ofisi. We shall be on our way.
Yeah, thank you.
This is huge.
Yeah, so
What
this
is
is a CT scan unit. We use it to plan the radiation, to scan, to see where the cancer is.
This is the machine that
This
does
is
that.
the machine, yes.
So
So
maybe-
once you scan, you see the position of the tumor, then you plan the treatment around it, and from there you'll execute the treatment on the radiotherapy machine. So once we set up, we'll have to get outside and turn on the machine because it emits some rays of radiation. So we don't do the procedure when we are in the room.
Oh.
We do it when we are outside.
Is this going to move in there?
It will move in.
Oh, it does.
Go up.
Oh, there you go. It's coming up. There he goes.
It's automatic.
But
we use lasers.
You can see little lights.
yes, I can see the lasers.
Tutataka tu kumfunike. So the machine is moving down. It can move through 360 degrees.
Okay.
Up, down, right, left,
Quite literally go round.
sideways. It can go round. Yeah. So this is just the bed where the patient lies. The radiation will come through that hole.
So
there.
is it focused on the part that needs the radiation?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So now we are doing the setup. So the treatment has to be reproducible.
Okay.
So you know, sometimes when you lie down, you feel like you turn, you move. Yeah. So this is just to immobilize the patient to make sure he's not moving his hands.
Okay.
Shikilia hapa daddy. Yeah. So cancer treatment is really teamwork.
Yeah.
So like a doctor, you just prescribe, but you need a lot of other people to fit in, the nurses, the technical team,
Yeah.
the therapists,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
It's
So
a whole thing.
It's a whole.
Oh, lights off.
These are laser,
Okay.
and then the others on the sides, the green ones.
Yes, I can see them
Yeah.
from here.
So
Oh
there
yeah,
you
I can see them. Yes.
And this is the field size. It will show there what size of field you are treating. And then the field size here corresponds with the light beam. So depending on how big the field is where you want to focus radiation, it will actually adjust the machine to focus only that area.
Oh, wow.
So not the whole body will be radiated.
Okay. Just the specific, because
Specific
generally
spot.
radiation is not good for us.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
The radiation is a local treatment.
Yes.
Chemotherapy is systemic.
Okay.
So the equipment can go left, right, even under the bed.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God.
So this is actually a robot, you know.
I feel like I'm in NASA.
The
space
treatment
things.
robotically.
This is.
So you instruct the robot, give the field size, the area to treat, fix the robot, and
Is
then
this-
you go out, it will treat.
Is this everywhere? Like when I get into a hospital that says that they can take care of cancer patients, will this be there?
I think in Kenya we can count about 5 centers.
5.
Yeah.
With
they're not
cancer
many.
being at the top of the list.
I know cancer is number 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a, what is it called?
The
There's a-
SGR.
It's called quite literally the SGR
Yeah.
of this hospital. I noticed it at the staircase over there.
Kuja unipandishe hii SGR.
Dr. walking through the corridors today of Texas Cancer Center,
Yes.
I have learned that cancer does not discriminate. We've seen fundraising, fundraisers left, right, center for people to go to India and other places for treatment. Why is that? Is that because we don't have that here, or people do not know about Texas and other centers like Texas?
Okay, cancer care across the board, it's not just a Kenyan problem, it's
Okay.
a global problem.
Yeah.
Cancer treatment is expensive.
Yeah.
Because cancer is not one disease, it's a complex disease
Yes.
that you'll have to go through. Number one, you'll be treated back and forth, you're spending money before the diagnosis is made properly. Once the diagnosis is made, you have to go through several doctors. People have the notion that probably outside is cheaper, but NHIF actually is catering for the treatment
Oh,
locally.
NHIF is?
Yeah. NHIF, in line with universal health care, is trying to support cancer patients get treatment. They have an oncology package where they pay for surgery, they pay for chemotherapy and radiotherapy. But it depends on where you go. At Texas Cancer Center, it covers for almost 70% of the treatment. Yeah, and it pays even for the bed and other insurances also. So we encourage the members of the public, apart from NHIF, you can still get another insurance just to cushion you in case of an illness.
You have 3 kids.
Yes.
Is there anybody among your 3 kids who's following in your footsteps in terms of getting into the world of medicine?
I would say yes, my daughter, the firstborn. Yeah, she just finished a neuroscience course at Pomona University, and
Yes.
currently she's working at Stanford School of Medicine, and she'll work there for a short time and move to medicine.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the boy in between, Nelson, he's yet to decide, but he's more into business.
Yeah.
Then my last born son, CJ,
Yes.
he told me 3 days ago that, Mom, I want to become a doctor so I can come and manage your hospital. I said, what?
Any mantra philosophy that you live by keeps you focused, keeps you going?
I think the people I meet in life have really shaped the way I think.
Yeah.
And I know there are those, life is a journey, and every day we meet different people who impact positively on our life and help us like think, what can you do to support another human being, to live that person's life better than you found them. And those people have actually been my patients in this life, and those that I've touched and they have gotten better, and I meet them, I go to offices like, oh, doctor, you treated me, or you treated my wife, or you treated my sister. Yeah. I get humbled, and I thank God for all this, because even if some of the patients succumb to the cancer, there are those that we treat and God heals them, and those keep me going.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I am blessed that my life has been touched by you today.
Thank you, and you touched mine too.
And you're a good dancer. Uko na moves.
Music, you know.
Now uko on top of your bongo game.
I know. In fact, my father-in-law told my hubby one day that, you know,
yes,
your wife, you know, she doesn't take beer, or she's not an alcoholic.
Yes.
But her alcohol is music. I said, yes.
I have to agree. Thank you so much for hosting us today.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, keep doing the good work. For society to grow, to be healthy, we need each other. So the moment we start thinking about you as my brother and having love over everything, then we change the world. This has been Icons with me, Mwikali Mary. See you next week. Hello, good people. How you doing? And okay, see what happens? How close are you with your friends? Let me start again. She had all odds. Founder, CEO of ta-da!